The Springfield City Schools had a great influence on my career.
It means that Springfield City School still cares about me.
I love Springfield.
The first experiments that I did in chemistry were done at Springfield City Schools.
The Springfield School Districts from elementary through high school had a profound impact on my life.
Well, I'm truly honored to receive the Alumni Distinction Award. My first reaction was I was stunned, and it took me a few seconds to process that, because really knowing a lot of the recipients from our class, 1970 at Springfield North, I was a little shocked that I would be thrown into the same basket with them.
I am truly humbled to receive this award. It is really such an honor to be recognized by my hometown school system and to be among so many other talented current and past distinguished alumni, whether recognized or not. It means that Springfield City School still cares about me and others, frankly, who pass through its doors. And it really continues to inspire and seek to get the best out of people. So it really lays a great foundation for your future.
I was surprised. People had been calling me the last 2 or 3 years saying they were going to put my name in, and I really appreciated that. I'm very thankful to be honored this way.
Mr. Bradley Dragix, who was one of the band directors that I had when I was in high school, had nominated me for this award, this Alumni of Distinction Award. It feels really great. I came at a time when things weren't really, the research I was doing at work wasn't really going well, and it was nice to be reminded that I am competent at some things after all.
I was really honored and shocked, really, to be nominated for this award. A gentleman that is from Springfield had nominated me along with another gentleman from Springfield that I don't even know. The first guy, Jerry, met me in 2011. I won an international award, and he was in the same business area as I was. And when he read the article in the magazine, he realized I was from Springfield and reached out to me. And since then has really just been an encourager and affirmer and someone that stayed connected with me related to the Springfield roots.
Some of my best memories were, of course, all the friends that I was able to meet, but also being on the swimming and diving team all the years that I was there. The bus trips and just being around all the guys. And then also, one of the great memories was, of course, there was the great rivalry at that time, back in 1970, of Springfield North and Springfield South, and especially in football. Well, I got the privilege of riding the bench to see Springfield North beat Springfield South. And that was a great memory at that time, because there was such a rivalry. It was just a fun time. I was very fortunate to have teachers that really encouraged me, and I think they recognized that I had some ability, which at that time I didn't really think I had that much ability, but I did show some interest. And I had the same teacher from third grade, fifth grade, and sixth grade. Her name was Miss Lane. And she recognized it pretty early. And when the other kids were studying history, I was drawing the presidents and doing sketches and things. And so she had a big influence. And that was at McGuffey Grade School. And then going on to Roosevelt, I had a teacher named Mr. Capps. And Mr. Capps, I did several projects there at Roosevelt in art that he really encouraged me to continue on with. And then going on to Springfield North, I had a teacher, Claudia Dingus, and she recognized, I guess, that I had some ability and interest, and she just really encouraged me. And I did a lot of the covers for the sports programs and big banners for the games and those kinds of things.
I have a lot of fond memories of Springfield City Schools, and I have some memories I'd rather forget, probably like many other people. But one good memory in particular stands out. It's really truly formative, and that would be my foreign language studies. I remember thinking, why do I have to take a foreign language? I'm never going to use it, which really turned out not to be the case. And I happened to pick French. And ultimately, that decision led me to a high school trip to Paris and the south of France. And I had that supportive family who made me go out and sell those crocks of cheese. And at the time, magazine subscriptions were a thing. So I had to have a little skin in the game and, pay a little bit to earn my keep here. But that experience helped me understand really how truly big and complicated and mysterious this world is. There's really nothing like learning real time, how different other people's lives are and how fully functioning they are, frankly, without all the American, necessities such as, hot dogs and baseball. And it was also very empowering, to try to speak French a little bit to a Parisian. With any luck, and maybe understand a little bit of the answer. But again, it helped me realize that knowing a foreign language can open up a whole new world, and it made me sensitive and accepting, really, of other ways of living. I still lean on these experiences today, these travel experiences.
At North, I was in Gymkhana and the pep club. I was in the club that did all the cheering for the schools. So when we had the schools, we all had t-shirts that matched, and we would go up and sit in the bleachers together. And I loved it. It was a wonderful school.
I think in the 10th grade, right? Actually, the last year that North High was still a thing, we had a holiday concert and we played this number that the band, the orchestra, and the choir all came together as one very large ensemble. It was so big that we had to have two conductors. And that's the first time I had actually played in a group that had both people playing instruments and people singing. And I have really fond memories of that performance.
remember my first grade teacher, Mrs. Yoder, Miss Yoder. She really, I think, exposed us to being creative. And one of the things she would do in her class is set up little chairs. And we had a day we came to school and we were flying to Japan. And so she had the chairs set up like an airplane seat arrangement, and we had a whole day of experiencing going to Japan. So I love that my first grade year started out with that type of creativity and thinking outside the box and being able to kind of travel somewhere without ever leaving that room. So that was really exciting. I think in high school, I really enjoyed being part of actually FHA, Future Homemakers of America, and getting involved there was a great opportunity for me, and going to some summer camps and leadership meetings and learning in that capacity to be a leader.
I would first say, choose your friends wisely. Study. School is a short period of time. And so you work through it as hard as you can and take what you can, figure out what you want to do. And whether it's mechanics or nursing or plumbing or whatever you decide you want to do, once you start that career, think about, don't let boredom ever take over. Take things to the next level. Figure out some way to take things to the next level. When I talk to high schools and junior highs and even adult groups, I always emphasize that. One of the slogans I live by is not how good you are, but it's how good you want to be. And when I'm doing art, I'm always thinking of that, because I feel like I have ability, but I'm not near where I want to be.
It really must be hard to grow up online with everything you do, being so visible. I would say it's okay to be less visible, even invisible. Being an influencer is probably not as exciting as one may think. As for school, on a real practical note, I highly recommend, and they didn't have it when I was at North, but I would highly recommend taking the personal financial literacy course if it's not required. Do it, learn how to do your own taxes. There's so many sharks out there who will take advantage of you if you're not careful. Otherwise, I would take courses that interest you. Study what you love, study what interests you, take risks, get involved, ask for help when you need it, and you'll be surprised how much fun it can be.
Would tell them that they have to have confidence in themselves. Participation is one thing, because that gives you confidence.
I have sort of maybe 3.5 pieces of advice. The first one I'll say is, to the extent that you can, try to find something that makes you happy, whether that's in your job or in hobbies or in your relationships. I found that being happy is more important than just about anything, and that was made clear, especially during the lockdown related to the pandemic and things like that. Second thing I'll say is do your best to try and not sweat the small stuff. Things that I was worried about when I was in high school and middle school and even in college certainly have not borne any consequences or anything like that these days. So yeah, try not to sweat the small stuff. The things that actually go wrong happen in your life are things that you can hardly ever predict. The last thing I'll say is find your tribe. And by that, I mean find the people that really energize you and make you happy, and surround yourself with them. That could be your family, that could be a good group of friends, that could be people you play sports with, that could be people you take art classes with, that could be people you exercise with. Just find your people, find your folks, and really lean on them and seek support, and support them when things get tough.
They only get this day once, so to make it count and use it wisely. I think also to kind of, you find what you're looking for, so if they can, even if they don't know specifically what they want to do or where they need to go next, if they can look for the things that matter to them, and whether it's where they want to serve or how they want to use their talents and gifts, if they look for that, doors will open and they will find those opportunities. And so I would just encourage them to be lifelong learners and being open to new opportunities.